Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we're jumping back into Arcane. This is Season 2, Episode 8. Killing is a Cycle. Look, I've not even going to have a prediction on this episode. No idea what to expect. I didn't see the last episode coming. Who knows where we go from here?
Yeah, the last episode painted a nice picture for some and horrible for others, but I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to see how it all comes together.
Yeah, I wish I had some sort of prediction, but I'm in the same boat as Mason Quinn. They took us for such a left turn, a pleasant and unpleasant left turn in the last episode. I'm just excited to see more of the incredible creativity that this series has delivered.
The penultimate episode of Arcane from the League of Legends, not Shadows.
What?
As I would normally say. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to deliver here. I can't believe we are near the end. It's going to be sad when it's gone. Let's go!
Time.
Oh, the Black Rose.
Oh, never mind. It's the Black Rose.
Oh, back to Mel. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
Holy shit. Damn. It's the same stuff she was wearing at the last episode, so that makes 100% sense now why she never got harmed. Not that it didn't before, but now I'm just like thinking about it more.
Drink the moment, Malmadada. I'm one of you. We each have our own expressions. Yours is quite rare. An empath, attuned to the ethereal, able to sense others' inner selves and bend their magic.
What does that make you? Even now you hide your true face behind illusions.
Truth is the greatest illusion of them all.
That's cool.
I can see through your tricks. That makes me a threat.
For the gifted, arrogance is the ultimate threat. Your power has merit.
But should one want you dead, a simple blade would do nicely.
My brother.
His fate wasn't among your mother's lies.
You killed him.
I gave Ambessa every opportunity to atone for her transgressions. She chose pride over progeny. A calamity is approaching, rivaling even the ancient rune wars. Ambessa sits at the helm. Our efforts to divert her course have foundered. We can't afford another failure.
This is what you see in me? A silver bullet?
I see salvation of your city, countless others beyond. Your birth, the entire course of your life was no accident. She hid you because you are that which she covets most. A weapon. Today, you've been born into a new family from which you'll find there is sadly no return. Those untouched by the arcane fear us. Welcome to your future.
We have to be 100% getting a Mel versus Ambessa.
The world is a perilous place for a solitary mage. Sister.
No.
It's wild how Mel is such a key to everything, and we only just found that out a handful of episodes.
Yeah. Well, everyone's story has been incredibly gripping.
Yeah,
right?
like they all have their own part in what's happening.
Like there's not one story on here I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
let's get past this.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
if anything, I was just kind of thinking that intro that we needed more Mel this series for how powerful and pivotal she is. But I guess you could say that for anybody if you really wanted to.
Even more prime example, like the last episode was like a perfect bow for those characters that were in the first season that are no longer with us. This guy.
Zangief.
This guy.
No, Rictus.
Around and found out. So here's our pickup. Man, I hope they gave us in that episode for having Vander back.
Well, he's still in there.
Heartbreaking.
He's still in there somewhere.
I regret that I couldn't save him. His injuries were too severe.
We do not lament a warrior's death. We avenge it.
Oh.
What of their herald?
And the blood should sustain Victor for a short while. Beyond that, it is up to his own will.
You promised a cure to death.
I now come dependent on Victor's survival.
Color me surprised.
Oh.
Wow.
The world I now see is more lucid than ever.
You can inhabit your followers.
We are one. I sense my twilight approaching. An anomaly festers beneath the hex gates. I believe it has the capacity to complete the Doctor's transformation.
The anomaly.
Will allow you to evolve others?
In theory. But Jace's attack has done its work. I do not have the strength to overcome the defense he will raise against me.
Oh.
Deliver you to this anomaly. If you agree to empower every soldier I bring you.
I will evolve all those willing.
Whoa.
This is something I didn't see coming. Dude. Holy shit, what did Jay started some shit here, didn't he?
Who's that? It's just only 3 dogs to patch you up.
I know they said the name, but it was
Yeah.
like, come on, give me Vander.
Or you'd pull through. Think that thing noggin of yours.
They got her all ripped up. Holy hell, look at those delts.
Where are the others?
Caitlyn wanted to be here. To tell you herself.
Spit it out. Maybe we can negotiate.
Not with Ambessa. She will burn Piltover to the ground for my betrayal.
Arrested?
I can handle this, Maddie. Check on my father.
Got the love triangle finally in the scene there.
If you will just calm down for one...
Even knowing you'd never have done the same for her.
You didn't let me in on that part of your plan.
Clearly the right call since you still can't trust her enough not to shove her in a box.
Trust? You believe I'm so daft I can't recognize a contingent?
Daft.
How long were you sidled up with that shifty, self-serving war pig? She oinked poison in your ear.
Oh.
I know! The only thing Jinx cared about was getting you to safety. Then she just surrendered. I didn't even have time to think before they hauled her off. She's being held in the bunker while I decide what to do. I was waiting for you to recover.
Part of the plan.
We can't erase our mistakes. None of us.
Can't go back, Bob.
Who decides who gets a second chance?
I knew that was coming.
Who does decide?
Oh shit, it's Kate.
Shit, it's the boss. I better get to work.
She did nod her off though, but it was kind of funny. Ooh, not touching the food.
If you're here to kill me, make sure to finish the job.
Vi thinks you've changed.
She can't accept what you and I know. There are no happy endings.
Ouch. 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 Even animated, that's...
Yeah.
I'm giving you this one
That's
chance
always
to
the
account
worst
for your
for me in
actions.
any movie or
All the
show
pain
is
you've
something
caused.
fails.
Do what you came here to do. I didn't know your mom was there. Probably wouldn't have made a difference, but I didn't know.
There's our mage. It's gonna be Mel.
It probably is, but how are these two going to be now? 'Cause
Yeah.
They both have taken some really wild paths.
Yeah, they're not the same people that they were.
Well, first they're going to be, should be embracing each other, but
What happened to you?
or not.
Doesn't matter.
Kind of does. Kind of does.
Why not save all of them?
It wasn't a decision. One moment you're addressing the council and the next was standing in rubble. I didn't have any greater awareness.
How can I know you aren't lying to me?
Why would you think I am?
Because you used me and Victor for Hex Tech. You called us investments.
Two brilliant young inventors who shared a penchant for impossible surprises. Carried magic from...
Oh.
Oh, Jace.
Whoa.
What
The hell?
Allow us a moment of civility. We must talk.
How did you get in here?
You want some better?
Let me guess. She can't see him?
I would have shown you the merits of my work. Our work.
This is your obsession. Everything you've done to these people, you did alone.
Dude, Jace.
Somehow I think you already understand what must transpire to complete my mission. I would prefer to do so in peace. The Noxian has other intentions.
Mother?
She can't see.
The arcane stirs within you.
What is going on here? Wow, this is wild.
Victor, for all our sakes, stay away from the Hexmates.
Your mind has become rigid. This chain of events started with you. I was unable to reconcile this.
Oh, boy.
Is he gonna get inside his head?
It was my sincere desire to avoid this.
Oh.
No.
Could really use it here, Mel.
Now, Mel. Mel, now.
Oh, there we go.
That's all right. You just take out that. He's in more, so.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Spreading.
Man. Starting to wonder if we're going to have any survivors.
This is getting intense.
Prediction for AOT is going to come to fruition here.
You may begin the process.
All right, he gave him the go-ahead.
Who do you think's more right?
I don't know. That world Echo was in is looking better and better.
Well, remember, he's got to come back. There's going to be something he's going to do.
You're too late.
Oh, it's a hell of a place. It says something about the late Marcus that he found imprisoning your sister to be a greater mercy than killing her.
Killing isn't mercy.
Killing is a cycle. One that started
That's our
long
title.
and that will continue long after the two of you.
I'm done running in circles.
We build our own prisons. We inhabit these cells, these identities, and call them us.
What a line. Couple lines.
Jinx, if you come, help use all that explosive potential of yours for good, maybe we could rewrite your story like you did with Zaun. What do you think?
Sure, Vi. You're never gonna give up on me, are you?
Yeah, never give up on family. Oh,
Just going to lock her in.
A little switcheroo.
You don't need to feel guilty about being happy.
You deserve to be with her.
Wait,
There's no good version of me.
Jinx.
what are you gonna do?
Break the cycle.
Jinx!
We losing Jinx?
Oh,
In the next.
that sounds like that's her plan.
I think Echo is going to have to come back and then be like the voice of reason. Be like, there is a good version of
but
you.
with, Victor and Jace and Mel, it's so much bigger than just Jinx. And she needs to realize that.
This blood is alien to me, yet it has dictated the course of my entire life. I'm no more than a passenger.
I've been confused about a lot lately, but there's one thing I know in my bones. There is no force in this world that can control you.
Nope.
You will never be a passenger.
Man, this last episode, it's going to be all the worlds
just
colliding.
So what happened up there? That? Don't worry about that.
A storm is coming, the likes of which Piltover, perhaps Runeterra itself, has never faced. This creature infiltrated the very room you're standing in, and we barely survived. Hundreds more are on the way. It's a fight for humanity itself. I'm asking, no begging you, every one of you to aid us in this coming war. The forces against us are too great. We need every hand we can get.
Look at this.
No sides anymore.
Nope.
We're abandoning the city's outskirts to stage our defense at the Hex Gates. If you choose to flee, don't stop running. And I pray that you will join me.
Oh. Gonna need something more compelling than that, Jace.
It might be happening. This is all the stuff that we just walked through with Jace in that last episode.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They've been following this character. Hopefully he's not too much of a red shirt.
Oh, they have a change of heart. Look at the walk.
Yeah, look at this. Probably red shirts, but the more the merrier.
Oh, I love that little back there. Steam. Hopefully she didn't bust her hand punching that wall. Don't ever punch walls, people.
Say it. I was an idiot to trust her. I went behind your back. I choose wrong every time. And because of it, I lost everyone.
Can't blame yourself.
Not everyone.
Sorry to say, you've grown a bit predictable.
Oh.
There you go.
Hopefully Maddie doesn't see.
Well, Maddie was just to pass time. This is where the true love is.
I saw someone.
Kate, I don't fucking care.
I don't fucking care.
I was gonna say, like, she gives a shit right now.
It's a good jam.
This gonna stay YouTube friendly?
Oh, Drew.
Well, they're pushing some limits. Could be the last time, so I have a bad feeling about how everything's gonna turn out.
I was gonna say, like, none of the guards are hanging around.
I don't think so. Answer. We saw when Kate makes an entrance that they all kind of disperse.
No, got those again.
Turning them green again.
I know about the Black Rose. What really happened to Kino?
Your brother was struck with curiosity. He got caught in their web and with every action grew more deeply entangled.
So you let him die?
Whoa.
I pray you never suffer the agony of being forced to forsake one child to save another.
You should have come to me.
You'd have made the impossible intolerable. I did what you could not. For you. For the family.
Family.
Walter White. Love it.
This is more than vengeance, child. These mages dangle over our heads a sword that impales us.
Aren't those a little warm? Just...
Their very nature violates the most core of Noxian principles, that every one of us is equal on the battlefield, that through cunning, sweat, and steel, we shape our destinies. The fact you've come to parley for your friends' lives prove you still lack the wrath necessary to defeat an enemy like the Rose.
She's so blunt.
Yeah.
No dancing around.
Nope.
Just
calling it out. And by the way, I don't need you.
Imagine, child, an army that need never fear death.
Oh.
There they are.
So that's what you have to destroy, is my guess. Mel's the only one that knows about it, right? So
yeah,
Mel's gonna have to.
Well, begin the process.
It took everything Jace and Mel had just to take one of those out.
Well, it doesn't help that Jace is swinging a 500-pound axe either.
You mean he's not like super quick with swinging that thing?
Maybe it's like titanium. It's very light.
Guess this is goodbye.
Oh, shit.
Thank you very much for your company in my solitude, Miss Young. I will miss our talks.
Wow, we lost her twice.
Or?
You won't.
And you won't even remember?
That was a nice little jab. No.
What could be my final
Oh, man. So now that's right, because he was part of Warlock here. Oh, dude, this is going to get wild.
Warwick.
One more time.
Yep, taking those memories away.
Tie up.
body's on the line. I can feel.
We're going to lose. I just have a feeling we're going to lose a lot in that last episode. Kind of going back to what you were saying, that Victor, Mel and Jace, it took quite a bit for him to do that.
Yeah.
Granted, they were still trying to figure it out a little. Well, Mel was still trying to figure out some stuff, but is Mel going to stick with her mom here?
Once Victor has this, why does he even need to listen to anybody? Do whatever he wants. He could wipe out Ambessa if he wanted to.
Oh, man, look at this.
But even when he tried talking to Jace wanted to take him out, so...
Oh, boy.
That's it?
Dude, this episode was like 2 minutes.
That did not feel nearly like 40-ish minutes.
Wow.
Stage is set, boys. We can't go back now.
That was a great look.
We're in it now.
We're
in it now. That was wild. Gosh.
Huh.
I don't know about you folks at home, but I've got serious doubts that Victor is going to even listen to Ambessa. I mean, why would he become the supreme being only to do what she says? That's the part that I don't get. Now, is there some level of control that Shinji has over him because of his technology? I don't think so, but maybe you folks can help me out with that, because I'm just having a hard time right now seeing why Victor, in all his power, with able to essentially lock into everybody and control them and be everywhere with all these different beings, why is he gonna do anything anybody tells him to do? He can do whatever he wants. So I'm wondering if Ambessa is gonna have to use Mel some way, being a mage, to back things out or make things right. I think what's gonna happen is it's all gonna backfire for Ambessa. She's gonna have to join our crew and try to stop Victor, and then it's going to truly take everybody coming together, all sides. That's just a prediction. That's a wild prediction I have. I could be completely wrong or maybe hit the nail on the head. We'll see, but there's only one more episode to go, and so much happened in here. We had, Vi and Caitlyn kind of coming back together. How is that going to play out? We don't really know where Jinx went. She gave us an idea of what she might be up to when Silco in her mind was talking about, breaking the cycle. Who knows? But again, it's so much bigger than just Jinx, and it's almost like she needs to kind of get out of her own way to see the whole picture of what's going on. Yes, she has an incredible level of PTSD and everything that she's been through, but what's going on is so much bigger than that. This is like world-ending stuff we're talking about. So I think she's going to need to get kind of brought back into the fold to show what's going on. Like, look, at the end of the day, I think it's going to be one massive battle. Every character we've seen that's still with us is going to be in this fight against Victor and his robots, for lack of a better term. I don't know what you call them. Yeah. But again, that's my prediction. I could be wildly wrong, but there is just so many things leading us to a final episode that last episode, it's going to feel like 3 minutes, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it's basically going to come down to Victor versus Jace is what we even saw right away at the beginning of the episode, that, you know, Jace came in and like Victor thought he had this utopia. Jace said it was wrong because of the hex tech, took it out. And how Victor then tried to talk some sense into Jace. That didn't work out. And they went to fisticuffs. And so then that's what then it made Victor think, well then, you know, maybe Ambessa's right. I got to make this army, so to speak. And, you know, she has her thoughts of what the army can be used for to take over pretty much whatever she wants. But Victor wants ultimate peace, but it's like,
by being the only one who controls everybody.
Yeah, but so it's you know, it's gonna come to, you know, heads here. And then we saw Mel. We were always wondering, how did Mel survive? How did Mel do this and this and this? And now we finally saw that her true powers and talking to the mage. And it's like, how is she gonna play out in all this? Is she gonna side with her mother, side with Jace, side with Victor, possibly? Because I mean, that could always be something. And then we finally got, you know, Kate and well, not finally got them back together, but like they were together and then they split up and now they're back together again. It was even funny where there was someone. I was seeing someone in between and just, I don't care. Exactly, you're in the moment. But then how Jinx powder snuck out and what she's gonna now do. And I mean, she was playing with some hex tech in the cell. What is she thinking? What is she gonna do? I mean, she was the first domino that really started all this. Is she gonna be the one to put an end to all this? Because yeah, I get what you're saying, that she's feeling that it's a bigger picture, but she's done all the damage though to cause all this to happen. She blew up the council, you know, she did all this stuff. So it's, where is she gonna fit in the final episode to help this either come to an end or continue the anarchy?
Yeah, well, and Jace and Victor were the ones that capitalized on the hex tech.
Yeah.
And remember, made the whole city what it was. Remember, we had that time jump where they discovered hex tech and they created all that new tech.
And I still think that's, well, obviously Echo is going to play a part in this because he's coming back. So we didn't have him in this episode at all. So I think he's going to end up running into Powder and being like, I met a Powder that was good. Whereas she doesn't think there's no version. She said it in the cell, there's no version of me that's good. So I think that's where Echo's going to come and clutch and like, yes, I met a.
I saw it.
I saw these own eyes. So I think that will be huge in the next episode as well. Or the final episode, which it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that we've seen time and time again on this channel when we're watching a series building up towards the last episode is it's generally one of two things. You either see the second to last episode be the episode, and then the final episode is kind of, hey, we're gonna just put a nice bow on this story and kind of either wrap things up or lead you to a future where you get to, you know, interpret how things might go on your own, and then we're done. The flip side of that is the second to last episode is this wildly dramatic, intense build-up where not necessarily a ton happens in the way of action, but the story just delivers and just puts you on the edge of your seat, quite literally waiting to see what happens in that final episode. And that's what we got here. I mean, the build-up that they have laid out in front of us for the final episode, this series finale, at least for Arcane, is absolutely incredible. The idea that all these forces are going to come together for this one big battle, because look, this entire series has been the underworld versus the, you know, top side, right? And it has been an intense battle between the two, a very, very intense battle. And we saw people leaving the conference room like, we're out. Sorry, pitch isn't working for me. And then, of course, the dramatic scenes with them coming over the bridge, you know, letting you know, hey, we understand that we're going to have to set every difference aside and come together. I whispered to Mason Quinn when the speech was happening, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of the president's speech in Independence Day, you know, when he's up in the back of the truck telling everybody they need to put their differences aside and fight to save humanity. And it feels like that's what we have. I know one of these guys had mentioned that, you know, maybe Endesa is going to have some regrets as far as what she's helped create and the deal that she's helped made, because as Mason Quinn said, why does Victor have to agree to anything that anybody says at this point? And it's done very uniquely in this show, but I feel like it's a theme that we've seen before, where you have like this ultimate power and the bad guys think they can harness it, so this is going to be ours. And then when they realize, like, oh shit, there's no controlling this, they have to walk it back a little bit and get with the good guys to say, okay, we screwed up, probably gonna have to work together on this one. Answer very insightful as far as Echo in Jinx. I had not considered, they had such a huge previous episode showing us this other world where Jinx was somebody good, and I hadn't considered that Echo would try to convince her. And interestingly enough, they gave us the line, "There's no version of me that's good," and I hadn't even connected those dots. Generally. Well, I wanted to throw some jab at answer there, but I'm not even going to. But very, very insightful and something that I hadn't even considered. So thank you for that answer, and let us know in the comments if that's something that you guys caught right away, or whether I'm just so like resting oak face that I'm trying to soak so much in that some of these major things are flying over my head. But yeah, again, a massive build up to what is going to be an incredible final episode. I went very in depth on it last time with the artwork. This one was equally as cool. Seeing some of the memories fade away, and they went back to the watercolor artwork. So I don't need to go into that too much again. But an incredible build up, and everything that this show has delivered has been just next level for me. So I'm so excited to see what the finale is, because it really feels like the story, the artwork, the character development, everything, the team has like put their heart and soul into it. And for as often as us as reactors and just general television audiences worry about series finales, I'm not worried going into this one. Like this is one series finale I'm going into, not having that in the back. Oh God, I hope it doesn't suck. I hope it doesn't leave, too many unanswered questions. I hope, people don't argue over it. And look, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I'm overconfident, but this is one series finale where I'm like, just give it to me. I'm ready, willing, and able,
I feel like that Vi and Kate scene is very relatable for a lot of folks, right? Because how many times in your life have you been? I would call the relationship lust and passion. Because how many times have maybe somebody out there has experienced where, hey, before we get into this, I kind of am seeing some, I don't give a shit, and then the clothes just come off. And so I do like how that had some kind of relatability to that. Now, maybe not all of it's happening in a jail cell in real life for some folks, but hey, who knows, right? Wherever there's the moment for your lust and passion, let her rip.
Just let her rip.
Just let her rip.
Dave. Nothing bad has ever happened from being impulsive, ever.
Nothing.
Let her rip.
Nothing has ever happened in a wrong way, right, folks? But it was interesting to see that again, because it's, I don't know about you guys, but it took me to some have I had those passion lust moments where it's just like, fuck it, I don't care who you've been with, So I'm sure there's some folks out there like that too. But on the flip side of that, seeing, how the beginning was of where they tried to tease us, right? Where it's like, where's Jinx? Well, I was going to let Kate tell you that. And it's like, of course, the majority probably of you were saying, oh, she's alive, no way. But they did try to do a slight misdirect, which I did like. For me, I know you guys were talking about that no good version of me from Jinx. My mind immediately, when she said that, immediately went back to the last episode. They gave us that of a good version of her. So I thought it was pretty cool the way they kind of did that, to swing over here to have her say that now, because we did see there is a good side of her. And while she's in this incredible self-doubt right now, she has shown this season that she does have a good side. She started taking care of Ismael. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. The line that followed eventually was, I'm done running. So now I'm kind of worried about her fate on the last episode. I still fear that we're going to lose a lot of folks in this last episode here, because we're gearing up for a lot of war to happen here. So I'm not sure who's really safe, especially since, again, it's the last episode of Arcane coming here in a few moments. Silco, wow, when Jinx was down there imagining Silco, there was a couple powerful lines there about, self-imprisonment. I mean, you could take that into your daily life and just whatever it is, whether it's work or, you used to have a hobby, but now it feels like much more than work, so you're imprisoned by it. And there's so much that you could take from that. So I thought those were some really incredible, powerful lines that were being delivered there. Jace and Mel, finally we got those two back together so we can get some dialogue and a nice catch-up for them, because the journeys that they've been on so far in this season, they went opposite spectrums. One was in the Black Rose, one was in the Hex Core, and then them coming back. Jace was pretty hard-headed from what he's been through. It's been not as, I would say, if I was comparing the two worlds, not that Mel had it easy, but Jace went through a lot of shit. Mel went through some shit, but it was nice to see Jace come back and then acknowledge, hey, I was kind of blind to how much pain you were going through too. So it was nice to see Jace finally come around and see that she didn't have it easy either.
Yeah, and that she didn't know her power.
She didn't fully know, yeah.
She didn't know who she was going to save when Jinx launched that missile.
Oh yeah, even that conversation.
It was all
right?
involuntary.
Yeah,
it happened.
And that, I know I kind of mentioned it to you guys before we really got in deep here in the episode, but it was like, we saw some comments, those folks made sense. Then now that she said it out loud here, it's like, oh yeah, that's right. She probably self-preservation just engaged, and she took care of Jace. So she's not wrong at all on that. It's not like she, okay, let's
pick and choose.
0.2 seconds here, I can just get out from everywhere. Jace's, his speech for trying to gather folks to help this battle. That was wow. I found that speech intriguing because it was like a good motivation, but it also was like, I love how he left the option. He's like, if you're gonna run, keep running.
Yeah.
Just save yourself. That was pretty cool to see, because we see a lot of speeches in these like, we're doing this and we're this is how this is gonna go. You never hear if once in a while you hear, hey, if you're not here, we get it. Mm-hmm. But to hear something a little bit different, saying if you're gonna run, just keep running, I thought that was pretty cool. And then we got some troops, potentially probably red shirts, coming back into the fray. So I don't know how they're going to fare with the way we've been shown what Victor can do, since they're all one. And it looks like he just leveled up here at the end big time. So I'm a little worried how that's going to kind of be in the next episode, because it was pretty sad to see basically the memories get erased from Vander.
Yeah, that was heavy.
That was a pretty cool way they did it too, with the display of the burning of it too. Sad but cool on that. And then the bluntness of Ambessa is just fantastic. I think everyone needs that in their life, and no sugarcoating. Hey, you can't do what I need to be done. Not to that extent, but just the bluntness of it, because man, I really feel like she was going to start tearing in. It was almost going to get to the point where like, hey mom, why don't you just take a pause for the cause here, and let's not get too wild here. Let's just I got it. I can't do what you want me to do, but I'm going to fight. So I'm kind of curious too here with Mel, because she was there seeing all this. So is Mel, and she actually just kind of tried to recruit Ambessa a little bit. So I'm kind of curious now where Mel stands, because I get it. She loves Jace. Obviously, Ambessa's her mom. But what is she gonna? I feel like she's the key, or at least one of the bigger keys that's probably going to end this, because she knows where that core is of Victor now. So I just can't wait to see what this last episode is going to bring. These 2 seasons of Arcane have probably been some of the most fascinating TV I've ever seen. So thank you all for recommending it, because if it was not for this channel, no chance in hell I'd be watching this, and I would have missed out greatly. So appreciate everyone pushing for this way back last year, 2 years ago, whenever we did this. So appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big question I have is, because we've seen a couple of shows on this channel before where they lead us to believe we're going into a massive war and a massive battle and everybody gets geared up and then the war doesn't happen. Somebody behind the scenes goes in and stops it. And I wonder if maybe that's what we'll see. I don't care who they have. They've got no chance against Victor and those soldiers that he has, or those robots, whatever you want.
The only chance they have that I see is Mel knowing that core probably has to get attacked.
They got to go to the.
She's the only one that's seen it.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
I think we're gonna get something massive from Echo. I think something massive is. I think something massive has to come from Echo. They didn't give us all that.
For it to just
be like, oh, he's gonna go tell Jinx that.
I've the time loops too.
I've seen.
So
what if we get?
I don't know if that's gonna play anything.
Well, what if we get hey, something really bad happens? Hey, what if I can back this up? Just 3 seconds.
4 seconds.
Well, four is where it goes bad.
4 is where it goes
what
bad.
If I can back it up 3 seconds?
Well, he's got a notch on there.
He's got a notch. He made a mark. But so much. I think we're gonna have some kind of war. But that is an interesting theory.
Kind of going back, I think you were saying one of you two were saying something about Echo and Jinx here.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get some massive heartbreak where Jinx sacrifices herself right in front of Echo after he gives like some heartfelt speech. That's one of my predictions. I hope I'm.
Yeah, I don't know,
man.
I just know a war wouldn't go well for our team because they'd mop the floor with them. No chance against Victor.
Oh man, we are gearing up to end this amazing series. We
So
cannot
sad.
Wait.
It's ending.
But this is going to be good. I am sure of that. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course the answer. We'll catch you on the finale, pals.